Donald Trump was signing some executive orders today, and they were unrelated to the question he was asked by reporters, but a reporter asked him if he thinks he's ultimately going to prevail with the executive order on birthright citizenship before the Supreme Court. And he said he would. He thinks that at least 5 of the Supreme Court justices will see things his way. But I think this was ultimately the plan. They want to get before the Supreme Court to reinterpret the 14th Amendment. And Donald Trump made some comments about it. He said, well, when it was originally written, they were talking about people who had been here as slaves, and it was about them and them having citizenship. But now you have unqualified people coming over and unqualified children. How can a baby be unqualified? Oh, right, it's about race, not qualifications. Um, but that's who he is. He doesn't know about whatever he's talking about. He just makes it up as he goes along and hopes you believe it. But what he's wanting is to get this case before the United States Supreme Court so that they can rule on changing what any person born in the United States and subject to its jurisdiction is a citizen. That's the part they want the Supreme Court to reconsider. Now, Donald Trump doesn't know what birthright citizenship is. He said before that all you have to do is get one foot in the country and boom, you're a citizen. Again, not how that works. That's the naturalization process, and it doesn't work that way either. That takes years. What it takes to get birthright citizenship is to be born here. The only way only having one foot in the country works is in some weird situation where you have a woman who's literally right on the border, half in one country, half in the other, and gives birth. Like that happens probably never, maybe once ever at best. But Donald Trump doesn't know that, and he knows his supporters don't know that. He just says stuff, his supporters cheer and think he knows something because he's the sitting president. And it's ridiculous. Now, ultimately, I think he gets overturned at the Supreme Court on this. He's already had a federal judge say, no, we're putting a pause on that until we have some hearings. And that's what I said with a bunch of his executive orders. He's going to do a bunch of egregious stuff. They're going to be put on pause by the courts because the courts are going to say, no, we can't do that. We're going to look at this a little closer and tell him no. Donald Trump thinks he has no checks and balances, in part because of the immunity ruling of the Supreme Court. But all that immunity ruling does is allow him to do the thing, like sign the executive order on birthright citizenship. He cannot face criminal charges for signing the order, but the order itself can still be tossed out in the courts because it's unconstitutional. And that's exactly what the judge said who put the temporary stay on. He goes, this is blatantly unconstitutional. So we will see how this plays out in the courts. I don't think he's going to prevail, but Donald Trump, confident as